I wondered if I actually was never too much. I just was living in a frequency that was too small for me. I was surrounded by people who were not meant for me. I tried to put myself in a space that just wasn't aligned with me. It wasn't ready for me. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Katerina and I am the oracle of your sacred descent. I guide you to the depths of your soul and back again using astrology and shadow work and feminine embodiment. When I was younger, I never had this sense in my head that maybe the space around me wasn't the right fit. I always thought it was me. I was the problem. I was too much. And now I'm doing the work and I'm healing. I realize, like, no, that was the narrative that was maybe pushed upon me, but I am not too much. I do not think too deeply. I am not fun or boring or whatever other word people have thrown at me. I'm just not made for them. We do not have the same stars. We do not have the same planets or alignment or anything. So we just don't fit. No one is right or wrong. It's just people are for you or they're not. And that's it. Before I started this YouTube channel, I was so scared of like standing in front. Before, if people wanted to work with me, they would come to me because like I helped someone. And now it's like, oh crap, everyone will see me. Not only because people who I don't know will see it, but also people who I might know will see it. And that scared me. It brought up those fears of being too much again. What if I told you that your life will have all the right people in it? You will live the dream that you want. You will love the job that you do. Would you dilute yourself? Would you make yourself palatable for other people? What if I showed you your destiny and what you're meant for? And that would happen. Would you still try to fit in with people who are just not meant for you? I have a feeling the answer is no. And if the answer is yes, that's okay. We all have our own timings. But if your answer is no, then the more you step into your magnetism, your light, your beautiful self, the more people will come to you. We see it all the time with people talking about like dark feminine energy, or, you know, people who are confident, just even confident walking into the room, people stare at them. What if I gave you your key for that? Would you take it? If I told you, you do this exact thing, you can be that. That would be you. You would walk into the room and people would look at you. Not even in a vanity way, but as in like, you're magnetic. Your energy radiates. I think most people, especially women, would take that key. Maybe not for the right reasons, but that doesn't matter. Eventually you'll get on the path. Once I understood what was blocking me, in terms of my magnetism, not other things, but in terms of like the energy that I have, I was like, oh, be too much, be deep, talk about the most transformative shit because that's where your power lives. Talk about the depths of your soul because that's where your power lives. Once I understood that, I was like, don't care what anyone thinks. Don't care what anyone thinks. I am in such a good space because I followed my natural rhythm. And I know I've said before, people talk about like Venus sign as the way you dress if you want to attract or whatever. But it's like, it's not even about the clothes. Yes, those might be what you naturally go to, or you might naturally like wear that and feel good in it. But it's so much deeper than that. What you block is because you've got an unhealed Venus. And what you magnetize is because you've got a healed Venus. Your Venus sign is your key to your magnetism, as well as the second house. But like where your Venus is will tell you so much about your wound, but also tell you so much about your power. I will no longer let anyone tell me that I'm being too of anything. Because not normally it's like their trauma and stuff. Normally it's a trigger. But also it's like if you're telling me I'm being too rude, then let's look at the context for that, please. Because it might just be that I'm a woman and I'm setting a boundary. But like if you're saying to me, which often was the case, you think too much. Oh God, your thoughts are like, I don't even think of that. And then I automatically go inward. I think, or I thought, why, what's wrong with me? Why do I think like that? Like, why do I think so deeply? Why can't I just be? But it's like the way I magnetize is through that deep shit, is through that magnetic energy, which is expansive. And like I said, the house is the really important part. The sign just adds like some nuance to it, but it's like the sign adds the icing, but the cake is your house. I used to sit around people and just used to watch because, not in a horrible way to them, I just don't fit in there. I have nothing to say. And when I did have things to say, it would often be followed up with, oh, that's deep. That's too deep. Always deep was in the sentence, and it always was given in a bad way. So I just used to shut up. And what I realized is I don't need to shut up with the right people. The right people will find me. I don't think any of us are here to be palatable. We're here to be ourselves. And if that's too much for someone, then that person is not for you. You walk in alignment when you honor yourself, when you honor your truth. And I wish, no offense to men, but I wish every bloody woman would step into their magnetism, because watch out. Literally watch out. Every single woman, if they stepped into their natural, like given abilities of magnetic energy that is tailored to them completely. So if your Venus is in Aquarius in the 10th house, if your Venus is in Cancer in the 4th house, if you embodied that, whew, Love that energy, love it. So I feel like we need to reframe the thing of being too much, because you're never too much for the right people. Someone who adores your brain will want to always know more, will want to always talk to you. It's like they're dissecting it, like they want to know more. The magnetic one is just about Venus in the second house. It's a entrance to the wealth rebirth, but your magnetism, your anti too much, is completely tailored to you. Like, no one else can copy that shit. Someone could maybe have similar ways because they might have the same Venus sign in the same house as you, but they're not you. They're not you. There are so many people on this platform who are creating content around death and rebirth, shadow aspects of yourself. Do you think that would stop me from saying my story? No, because I know what I have is powerful shit, and I know I'm the only one who can give it because I am me. Your magnetism is like sitting there waiting to be held again, to be healed and held. If you want to go further, then Lilith is like the next step from that. Lilith's like the place like you feel like you want to scream. You feel like no one is listening to you or understanding you. You feel like you're tired of going into spaces that are not meant for you. That's why in the wealth rebirth I started with Venus and then went on to Lilith, because I was like, magnetism first, then like the raw self. Because sometimes I feel like people could look at magnetism and think it's polished, it's sexy, it's like they look at it in terms of from masculine eyes in a way. But Venus doesn't look the same on everyone. If anything I said called you, then the links for everything are below in the description box. I'd love to know what you think your healing is with your Venus in the house and the sign, more the house, but you can do both. I'd love for you to tell me in the comments like what you think your healing is. I'd love to know if we're all aligned on this like astrology path. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.